Hi students, welcome to the NCERT mathematics class for students of standard 12, and today we will be looking into reflexive relations. Actually, we missed out on this reflexive relations in our previous video, that is the chapter 1 part 1 video. So we will be looking into this as a separate video, okay? I'm sorry we missed out on the previous video. Okay, now let's get into what is reflexive relation. Okay, what is a reflexive relation? It is defined as for all A belonging to A, if A comma A belongs to R, then the relation is said to be reflexive. That is, for all elements small a belonging to the set capital A, if they are of the order A comma A in the relation, then the relation is said to be reflexive. Okay. Now let's take an example. Let A be set 1, 2, 3 and the relation on it be defined as 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. Now what can you tell about this relation? Is it reflexive? What can you say? Yes, this relation is reflexive because for all the elements of A, that is 1, 2 and 3, its identical pairs are present in R. So the relation has 1, 1, which is an identical pair of element 1 in A. We have 2, 2, which is the identical pair of element 2 in A. And we have 3, 3, which is an identical pair of element 3 in A. So this relation is reflexive. Okay, you understand? Moving on. Now, if for the same set A, its relation is defined as R1 equals 1, 1 and 2, 2. So here they are taking the same set, that is 1, 2, 3, and they are defining a new relation, that is R1 is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2. Now in this case, is this relation a reflexive one? What can you say? Okay, this relation is not reflexive. Why? Because the pair 3, 3 is missing in the relation. The rule is for every element of A belonging to the set A, for every element of capital A, that is 1, 2 and 3. So for every element there should be an identical pair present in the relation. But in this case what happened is we have 1, 1, we have 2, 2, but 3, 3 is missing, and hence this relation is not reflexive. Okay. Now consider R2 equals 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 3, 2. Is this relation a reflexive one? So this is a new relation defined on the set A. It contains 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 3, 2. They are asking, is this relation reflexive one? The answer is yes. The relation is reflexive because we have 1, 1, 2, 2 for 2 and 3, 3 for 3. But there is an additional pair anyways. See, 3, 2 is an extra pair. Even though there is an extra pair, it doesn't matter. The relation is reflexive. When you have identical pairs of all the elements of A, you can straight away say this is a reflexive relation. That's what they are saying. So even though an additional form of pair, that is 3, 2 is present in the relation, we still have pairs such as A, A for every A belonging to A. Thus this relation is reflexive. You understand, right? Okay. There is a major difference between identity relation and reflexive relation. They both may seem similar, but still there is a very major difference between them. Now let's see what is the difference. Okay. Point 1. All identity relations are reflexive relations. They are saying all identity relations are reflexive relations, whereas point 2 is all reflexive relations need not be identity relations. Okay. Now let's take an example. Let set A be 5, 6, 7 and the relation on it be defined as 5, 5, 6, 6 and 7, 7. The above relation can be called an identity relation as for all elements of A belonging to A, its identical pairs are present in the relation R. You get it, right? So the relation has 5, 5, 6, 6 and 7, 7. So all the elements of A, its identical pairs are present in the R. There is nothing more or nothing less in the relation. No extra pairs, no lesser number of pairs in the relation. So this is an Paka identity relation. Now checking for reflexive relation. This is also reflexive because for every A belonging to A, there is an identical pair. So there is a pair of the form A, A belonging to R. So this relation is also reflexive. Okay. So what does this prove? This proves the point that all identity relations are reflexive relations. Okay. Now take this example. Let's set AB the same, that is 5, 6, 7, and the relation 1 is defined as 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, and there is an extra element pair, that is 5, 7. So this relation can be called a reflexive relation because for every A belonging to A, we have its identical pair present in the relation R1. So this is straight away reflexive. Okay. Now checking for identity, it is not identity relation. This relation is not identity because an additional pair 5, 7 is present in addition to all the identical pairs present. So because of this extra pair of element that is present, this relation is not identity. So this proves the second point that we discussed, that is all reflexive relations need not be identity relations. Okay. So this is one major difference between identity relation and reflexive relation. So this brings us to the end of this very short video. Okay. So in the next video, we'll be looking into equivalence classes and we will also move on to exercise 1.1. Okay. Thank you.